welcome to the show. It is Friday, and if you made it to start the weekend with us, we have nothing but love. Today's show, it is jam-packed. We've got, of course, Ask the Girls, and we've got an amazing topic for Talk That Talk, one which I know like most people really do want to address. So make sure you stay on the hashtag Ebru Let's Talk and the SMS line 40920. If this is your first time on this table, welcome. We appreciate you. We love you. My name is Lydia KM, and that's Lydia KM on all social media handles.
My name is Dana DeGrazia. It's Hustle Got Us Online. Hello.
My name is Naomi Wamboy, WAMBOE on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I hope y'all ready for the weekend.
And I am Joanne at yummymummy.ke on social media platforms. I'm so happy it's Friday.
Ooh,
I'm so
yes.
happy it's Friday.
Me too.
Have we got the plans, or do we have plans, or do we not?
Like kind of. They're in the works.
Oh, they're
We
in the
can make
works.
our
They're
own
in the
plans,
works.
babe.
Yo, we can.
Absolutely. There's
Like,
always a plan with us. You can
that's-
find a plan. We
Yeah,
are the
that's
plan.
what boss ladies do, especially on a
Exactly.
Boss Lady Friday.
Especially, right?
Hey,
Yes, baby.
especially.
Especially.
Like, but hey, we have a whole lot of hot topics this Friday. We're so excited to share them. It's time for Hot Talk.
So I feel like we all super duper love Kate actress, right?
Yeah.
Like I think
A
everyone
decent
does,
amount,
right?
decent
She
amount.
has a huge following. She's one of the most celebrated actresses in the country. Now she was a teenage mom. She had her first son when she was 19. She's currently pregnant as well, so yay. She had her first son when she was 19, and she had a very long post which she expressed how she's essentially over people telling young girls that it's okay to get pregnant when they do, because she's lived it. She's lived that experience, and she had something to say. So what she said was, can we stop telling young girls it's okay when they fall pregnant, because it's not. And it's going to be extremely hard. Just because the person you look up to made it doesn't mean you will. We are different, and we come from different backgrounds. I totally agree where she's coming from, and I'm glad it's somebody who has been through the experience and not like someone looking outside in. And I feel like we need to have this conversation. Just because Kate actress bossed it and it was really good doesn't mean like a majority of other situations do not end up far worse, right?
I saw her post, and like immediately I saw it, I just went and commented on it like super quick, because her story is a lot like mine. I also got pregnant when I was 19, and my son is now 9, and I'm now pregnant.
Again. Oh my God,
I'm
twins.
Kate. I mean, I'm Kate,
You are Kate.
right?
You are Kate.
And like when I saw it, I was like, this actually makes so much sense to me, because I get a lot of girls, young girls who look up to me who are like, wow, I'm so encouraged that your story ended up so great. But like, I'm always torn, like, because I want to encourage them, especially if a young girl is already pregnant. Like, you're already pregnant, now there's nothing you can do. Like, no, you're already there, you just have to learn from your experience. But like, if you're not yet there, it's not right to now look at someone like me or someone like Kate and be like, look, they've made it, you know, and look, they're okay. Because I always say that having my what led to my son being born was a mistake, but he's like a blessing born of a mistake. But you can't go around making mistakes and hope for blessings, because like it might not turn out fantastic. Because I mean, like what she was saying in her post is that your life is going to be dramatically different, which mine was. Things are not going to be easy for you, and you might or might not make it. And who wants to take a chance like that?
I feel like her post was amazing. Let me read the rest of it, because
Yeah.
it was so touching and she was so passionate. So she said, think about your parents who are sacrificing everything for you. If you are already there, please learn from it and be rest assured your life will never be the same. It's not about you anymore. The baby is your life now. If you are thinking about getting pregnant to keep a man who would disgrace you, quotes, I mean brackets, I promise you he will in a few months. She also said the teenage early pregnancy epidemic just breaks my heart. They have so many people to learn from, so much information. The DMs and messages just make me angry sometimes. What is it to be done? Have we told our stories enough? Do you agree with my post this morning? The narrative has to change. It's not okay, young queen. Wait it out.
Yeah, I think what she's saying is super powerful. And what I liked is she ended the message like information is out there.
Yeah.
Because I think the first instinct whenever someone talks about this for me is it's like, let's not focus on this idea of like shaming young people in any way, but let's put the focus on getting the information out there, because there have been plenty of young women who actually weren't in her situation, that it's like, we just need to tell girls to like keep it closed, we need to tell them it's wrong, we need to tell, and that's not the line of thought we should go through, because at the end of the day, like, kids are going to have intercourse, things are going to happen, human interactions are going to follow. But the most important thing, and what I think she drew to a close with, is information is out there and you need to go and get it. You need to be responsible for your health, and you just need to understand that it's like, your parents had a really tough time raising you, and everyone has a tough time raising a kid because it's a new interaction and it's a challenge. It's better to just wait it out. It's better to take care of yourself.
Yeah, I agree with Kate, actress, in like how she's saying we need to don't encourage young girls to get pregnant at a young age because yes, there are exceptions to rules. Like there are those who are able to get themselves like who have like family help or who are able to like come out of it due to like they get married or something happens. But for a lot of young girls in this situation, a lot of them end up just in a rut because now they have a baby. But it's not like they purposefully like go out there, like they're just doing what everybody else is doing.
What humans
like,
do.
Having intercourse.
What humans do.
Yeah, and the funny thing is though, I feel like there was a time when we were maybe super young where it was like, oh my God, a friend of mine is pregnant. It's like, whoa. But like these days, you hear someone's pregnant, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, it's just like one other, which is so worrying because,
and Kate, actress, is not going to stop the epidemic because of her post. But I feel like what she was doing is putting herself in a position. Like, if you admire me, my message is, don't do it. Like, you know, like, because people always look at things from the end result. You know, they don't think about what she maybe have gone through. And, you know, like, you don't see the times when things were like super difficult. So I feel like she was just trying to crush that. If you're a fan of mine and you think just because it worked out for me, it's gonna work out for you, think again. There is one thing I'm just going to like pick out though, when she said that, you know, if you're trying to have a baby to keep a man, quote, who's going to disgrace you in a few months. Nobody has the destiny or the power to control that part of your life. And maybe the person who you've had a relationship with and you have a kid with is going to be the love of your life. My point is that if the father of her child disgraced her, does not mean he's going to do it to you. But the point remains to not do it to keep a man. I feel like
95%
that's
chance
not what
that
you want to
he's
do.
going to disgrace you though. And like, I'm speaking from a point of view of like being a social media
He
person.
didn't disgrace you though.
He didn't, but like it didn't work out. Because you know the time
They're
when
not
you're
together.
at the time at which you're doing it, you're like, oh, I really love this guy. I'm sure we're going to be together forever, you know, kind of thing. But from the number of women who DM me, who have been in that situation and it did not work out with that guy, like I can literally count on one hand the ones who is like, oh yeah, it worked out. And now we're together. So the chances of it working out.
You're right, because the thing is, I mean, your story and her story are absolutely amazing. But the thing is you like we want to naturally gravitate towards the like rags to riches, you know, rise from the ashes stories of young motherhood. But in reality, if you sat down and really thought of how many young women you know who are pregnant right now, and they're not necessarily having the same success as Kate, actress, or you did, you would be able to re-examine it like, okay, this is statistically may not work out how I need it to.
And at the end of the day, I feel like statistically, when you have children at young ages, you're going to struggle. Period, point blank. You're going to struggle because you losing out on a lot of like your youthhood, like while your other friends are out like partying and stuff, like you have a baby and that is your responsibility.
That's
at the
story
end
of
the
my
day.
life, story of my life. But speaking of rags,
you
rose, baby.
But men, there were some hard times, like in uni, and like guys are like, I'm just like, I just don't have the money. I don't got the time. I have to go breastfeed. Anyway, but from someone who rose from rags to riches when they, you know, in media, to someone in politics who has the same story, who is also, I guess, well loved, I would say, is Joho.
He's fine.
He's loved by
fine.
I know.
He's loved by women.
But guys, I met him once in an airport, and he was much shorter than I thought he was going to
really
be.
is.
And I was
Is
like,
he shorter than you?
He's
Or
like
your height?
slightly taller than me.
This
we
is
know
how
you're
you're breaking
short.
my heart.
I'm so
On
sorry.
live.
And it killed, it just kind of killed like
is
everything.
short,
But anyway, recently he was giving an interview and he was basically speaking about how he has really like worked from literally nothing to make it to where he is right now. And it was, I just found the story so amazing. So he was talking about how he would like get odd jobs where he would work for like 90 bob a day. Guys, 90 bob a day, right? And like he would work like in scrap metal places, lorry kind of distribution places. And the thing that was actually really interesting about his story is how he was talking about he never imagined he would be where he is today. And how when he ran for governor, he said, when I ran for, at first MP for Kisauni, he said, when I vied for MP in Kisauni, people laughed at me. Even my own family said I was a joker. Only a few friends believed in me. Wow, that's not shocking because, you know, they only show up when you're actually successful. But what he went on to say is, today, alhamdulillah, I am the governor of Mombasa. History books will say I am the first governor of Mombasa, Joho said, at the same old port where he laid the hard work foundation for his success. The two things which strike me most about this story is, one, I feel like the guests we've been having on the show recently, so many of them have the same story of like they literally were nothing. Like Joe
Rise
Fami
from
was
the
like he was a
ashes.
cleaner and then he made it here. But like besides just that rags to riches, it's just like why can't somebody's family and friends just support you? Like
I'll explain this one
Yeah.
from what Jigga, as in Jay-Z, said. He said, when somebody is looking at you and your vision, they're not looking at your limits, they're looking at their own. For example, it's possible for me, if somebody comes from abroad and they want to be in media, because that's not my limit, I could tell them, wow, you're going to make it, because that's not my limit. But somebody who has never, somebody whose limits are lower than that, of course they're going to be like, who do you think you are? Like, you need to learn this, you need to go to school, you need to do this. People express to you their own limits. So when you tell them, I want to be MP, if they can't imagine that they could do it, it's difficult for them to see how you stood in the same shoes as me can't do it. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But like, I feel like this is Kenya. Like okay, mine is Dana. But we all like have our African parents. Like, you know, when we were younger, they're like, yo, you're gonna be a doctor, you're gonna be a lawyer, or you're gonna be something that is making money. Like you use your mental, you use your mind and you make that money. Like that is what, like, I can tell you right now, like my parents did not see me being a singer. Like even when I wanted to be a singer, that was like out of the ordinary, or a TV host at that. Like being a TV host. So I think it's dope. Like, go ahead, Joho.
I'll speak for my mom,
Hey.
though.
And he is the first governor of Mombasa. That is so dope. Like he's paved the way for other young cats to come and follow. Like, and it's so dope. Like,
Yeah, my mom, I'll speak for my mom. You guys know my sister is like super successful dancer. You can imagine what the Kenyan community said to her when it came to that. You know, all my mom said to my sister is, college, we do high school, then 2 years of college, and then you're 18. She was like, just do good in those grades, and the rest of it. My mom was like, when she saw Aggie performing, she was like, this is something God has given her. Who would I be to stop it? You know? So African parents are evolving. They're evolving.
What do you think?
Even my parents, African or not, my parents also thought I was a crazy person. So I feel like it's sort of
For what?
everybody.
For doing what?
They thought I was crazy for tattoos. They thought I was weird for being on TV. I almost dropped out of high school. There were plenty of things. Yeah, there are plenty of things. But I think the difference is my parents definitely conversed with me more about it.
Yeah.
And like in the African context, it's a lot of like, you're going to do what I say.
Yeah.
I was talking about this earlier today, and statistically speaking, globally, not just like in the world, not just in America, you're more likely to succeed dependent less upon your work ethic and more upon the background that you have. And I think what's amazing is Kenya to me is an anomaly. Like, there are so many Kenyans who literally, you saw their journey coming up and you know their family. Like, I can't confirm or deny, but I don't think Jomo's family was in politics. Joho. I don't think his family was in politics, right?
No.
Sorry. So here, I don't know what it is about Kenya, but this is the only country I've ever seen people be able to literally start from the ground.
But do you feel
there's so
like
many like musicians?
But
first
think
of all,
about
like,
it,
the whole
though.
music industry is like rags to
Think
riches.
about it though. The thing is, like, yeah, the whole music industry, and compared to the percentage of the population, they're an incredibly small percent. But if you look at the people like, first of all, Trump, very obviously, if you look at Elon Musk, if you look at a lot of sort of the billionaire world,
from money.
they came from incredible amounts of money. There's no sort of bootstrap ideology here, and let me not get into the whole socialism thing about that.
But people say that in Kenya, there's like, it's a ripe environment for you to succeed, even if you don't necessarily like go to university or you don't get the opportunities that like ordinary people would get. But what I find interesting, I feel like we're in such a unique or like a blessed kind of like generation, because our parents are more open to thinking of, you know, your child doing other things, or I'm more open to my child doing other things. Like last night I was at my son's talent night, and like,
beautiful?
Yeah, it was so fantastic. And so at some point the keynote speaker had come up and he was saying, now he was asking the kids like, oh, who wants to be a doctor? Guys like, me. I was like, who wants to be a lawyer? Me. Then he's like, you know, who wants to be a social media creator? The kids were like, me. Who wants to be, you know,
anything.
Exactly. You can literally be anything. You didn't have to be just the ordinary kawaida things that people are. Yeah, exactly.
And social media has made us citizens of the world. There's plenty of people but majority of the people who actually follow them on social media are actually not from the same country which they're from. So you, if you're blessed enough to, you know, have a phone, a digital phone, which you can, you know, create anything on social media, or even that, like you see some of this girl, like Doggy mekula bingiji.
Like, I know.
Life changed. Life changed because of something so small. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And makeki,
Matwiti.
right?
Yeah.
Those are people who someone just recorded something of them and it completely changed their life. So I feel like we have way more opportunity than most people. But shout out to Joho.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And have you guys not heard that there's this like thing that his family was rich? So I was surprised at this. Yeah, I heard that he was supposed to be for money because I saw him in an interview and they asked him, what is your family worth?
Yeah.
And they were talking about family wealth.
But
I
that
didn't know he
even
was from
kind of goes back because, I mean, even if your family is wealthy, even if they don't like what you're doing, it's almost like sort of this mindset of people who come from money is really different. Even that's why you have these people who like write books and they think differently kind of things. But no matter what, I feel like Kenya is so unique because we just had so many people who are like, no matter where I came from, here I am now.
You can't. It's a mentality thing. Like everyone across the board, when you hear how they thought about their journey from the get-go, they were like, I don't care if I'm in a poor situation, I'm whatever, I will make it. So I feel like that's
mentality, mind over matter.
Most definitely. And speaking of, like, rags to riches, we all know Akothi. She's come from rags to riches. She's come a long way. She has so many children. One in particular.
Many children.
I mean, beautiful children. One in particular,
five.
Prudence Apundo. Yes. She actually recently won first runner-up for the Miss Universe Kenya competition recently. She was amazing. So her mother, I wish she was my mother, Akothe, said she wanted to take her daughter to the Maldives, to celebrate. But her daughter politely declined, and her response was to her mom. It was, I would love the Maldives, yes, but to be honest, I would love a weekend with the lovely ladies of mine because we all work so hard. Please check your pocket and let me know that of which you can manage. And her mom had a beautiful response to that. She was like, yeah, she's canceled on me on the Maldives, but her mom, there were 16 contestants and her mom couldn't pay for them all. So she said she'll pay for, I think, 5 of them, and then 2 best friends, and then 1 fan. Shoot, can I be that fan? Baby, we love baby, you out there. And 1 fan, and I thought that was so amazing. And she also tried to reach out to tourism, other people who can sponsor the. But that was so dope. Speaking of parents who support their kids, this new generation of parents who support their kids, it's beautiful to me.
What I love about Ru Baby specifically is that she's not riding on her mom's fame for everything. She's trying her own thing. She also was a face of that lotion brand.
Makeup
exactly in 2017. And I'm like, she's just she's doing her thing. I love just seeing people who are just doing their thing. And she's using what God's given her. She's slim. Her melanin is just wow.
But you know what I feel like? That goes back to what Lydia says a lot. The children will do what they see their parents do. You've seen Akote, she's worked so hard to get where she is right now. And she's a hustler. Talk about hustling. And she sees her mom, and that's a great example of who to be. You could be yourself. And when Akote is on stage, she is herself. Believe you me.
This constantly encouraging your children, you've done something good, let me do something good. It doesn't have to be monetary, just to acknowledge. I know that's something which my parents put so much when we were younger. If something is good, celebrate it. And I'm a whole 28 years old. But the other day I had a really long day. I shot a short film. I went to auditions in the afternoon, then I came to work. And after I finished the film, because my mom knew I had a long day, she cooked me an M-Pesa. I was like, Mama Lydia. Blessings. I feel like it's amazing to encourage your children to, you've done a good job. This is some love. And kudos to Akothe.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what bad thing could you say about this story? No matter how you feel about Akode, what you can stand behind is a mom supporting her daughter who is going out on her own and who is an African parent who's still saying, you know what, this is an unorthodox thing, but I'm an unorthodox mom. So here we're going to go. We're just going to celebrate the accomplishment that you did. I think it is sort of strange in the way that her daughter, I don't know, maybe no one wants to party with their mom. That could have been the thing. Sure. She was like, listen, Mom, I would actually prefer to get pretty lit. I don't know if her mom's going to go with her, but I guess we're kind of going to wait for the IG stories to find out. But other than women supporting women in and outside of motherhood, we have an amazing segment coming up. It's time for Ask the Girls.
Ladies, we're on top. We're on top.
So the story that we're going to discuss is one that many people might have felt, but before we get into the story itself, we want to make sure that you feel acknowledged for sending in any of your queries for us. Remember, you can do it at any moment at Ebru Let's Talk _official. That is our Instagram page. We absolutely love to hear from you. So this story goes, hi, trust you're well. First of all, thank you for this platform that you guys have created. You're welcome. My issue is there's this guy who we've been crushing on each other since 5 years ago. He's been dating his girlfriend for like 2 years now. Since he approached me about his feelings for me, that was about 2 months ago. He's been crazy. I feel the same. He's the guy I might say of my dreams. He's everything I've ever wanted in a man, but now I'm afraid about getting myself in between someone's relationship because karma ain't dead, and it's just not right. I've tried to avoid him, delete him, and block him, but he's always finds himself back out of all of that. I'm confused. Your opinion counts. Thanks in advance. So really the question is in this situation, do you go after your dream man? I mean, they've been wanting each other for 5 years. He's been in a relationship for 2 years, but 2 months ago, he says that he does have feelings. He confirms his feelings for this girl. She's asking, what does she do?
Yo, like, look, listen, chill out.
Karma is not
That
dead.
man is a whole taken. Don't do it, sis.
Yeah.
Like, if the man is taken, don't do it. Like, don't take somebody else's man, because karma, what goes around comes back around.
I disagree.
And hey,
Go for what you want, though.
But at the end of the day, if he wants to say now his relationship is over, then you guys want to move on, by all means, go ahead and do that. But
I'm telling you, let me tell you this, yeah.
do
Many
it.
things have been said by many men, my dear. Words are free. They are easy to come out of your mouth. It is all free. This is my personal opinion. I feel like if this is something which this man wants to pursue for real, if it's real, then it will threaten nothing. If you say, I absolutely appreciate that, you know, our vibe has gone here and it's fantastic, but I do not want to continue anything with you if you are still attached to another woman. If that creates tension, you already know what he's trying to do. Do you get my point? I don't think it's a problem that somebody can fall in love when they're in a relationship. That happens. It absolutely does. But the way you carry yourself, the level of integrity he carries himself with, and how he treats her might give you a nod on the character of the man, because today is her, tomorrow is you.
Yep.
That's my humble opinion.
Okay, me, I feel like it's a really noble thing that you guys have finally reached the point where you can admit your feelings for each other.
the word noble?
I feel like, yeah, I think, okay.
It is not
Honest,
noble.
candid,
It's you know, I
honest,
congratulate
intimate.
you.
Right.
I congratulate you on having, after 5 years, reached the point where you're able to actually admit. I feel like there's so many amazing relationships that don't happen because someone was just your friend and you had crushes on each other and you didn't say. So I understand probably he got into another relationship because he's like, okay, maybe it'll never happen. But now that it has happened and you guys, and she even says here, about 2 months ago when he confessed his feelings, he's been crazy. I don't know what he's been crazy.
Like maybe
No,
on her.
on
so
her
much.
and what
She
yeah.
even said,
He
like,
keeps
she's blocked
coming
him
back.
and he keeps coming back.
What I feel is, and me, I'm speaking from personal experience, because when I met my husband, Zach, I was in a relationship with someone else. But like, immediately we like felt like there was a connection. I knew that I needed to break up with this other guy. I mean, there's a little
That's
overlap.
the thing.
There's a small overlap, you know, of like 2 weeks,
Emotions
3 weeks,
overlap.
maybe.
That's-
Exactly. But what I appreciated is him coming to tell me, Zach being my husband, that, you know, I would really like for you to break up with that guy you're in because I would like to pursue a relationship with you. So I feel like if you genuinely want to be with this person, don't now start sleeping with him when he's still dating with this other girl.
Yep.
Don't start doing funny things. Just tell him, I want to be with you as well, and if you'd like for us to be together, well, you know what you need to do. So I agree in that, but it's
That's what I
awesome that you guys have finally,
Yeah.
and I
Yes.
hope that after the 5 years of emotions building up, that, you know,
gonna be hot.
Once it gets there,
Yeah.
once it gets there, it's going to
And
be
then-
crazy.
And then, hold on, I want to add, like,
Yeah.
I want to add the fact that she said, like, she's deleted him, she's blocked him,
tried.
but he finds himself, like, out of nowhere.
Does he live in
finds
your
himself,
estate?
obviously, but a man who's going to work that hard to, like, then he's going to work as hard enough just to be with you. If he really likes you that much, he's going to work that hard just to be with you.
And
And, he's going to cut off the other girl.
Yeah, and
That's
you
the
know,
thing you have
there's
to be careful of.
Sorry, there's this thing which I read, yeah, and I think
Yeah.
it's the truest thing, yeah. Have you ever seen how a wolf works hard for their prey.
Yep.
Anybody can work that hard when they're trying to
Yes.
get you.
Yes.
So the truth is, if he wants to, he's going to have to do the sacrificing part. The chasing part, people do all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the sacrificing part, to say that I won't have my cake and eat it too. And maybe you might be communicating this because you might be semi-afraid that when you do ask that question, it will be like, well, you know, why do I need to or whatever.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid of it. If it's true and if it's real, you don't have to hurt someone. You don't have to be on the side about anything. You don't have to. It's going to be real.
And not only that, I feel like either way you go in this situation, as long as you ask the direct question, you're going to win. Because if you sit down with him and you say, listen, I think we've established we like each other. You need to break up with your girl. Either A, you get the answer that you want, or B, you get the answer that you needed.
Yeah.
You're going to get the answer that you want, and he's going to say, you know what?
wise. Wow.
Yeah, you're welcome, you're welcome. You're going to get the answer of him being like, you know what, you're right. It's unfair for me to string it along, and I like you so much. We're going to make this work.
Yeah.
Or you're going to see his hesitation. He's going, I don't want to hurt her. You know, what will she do kind of thing. And that's the answer that you needed, girl. That's the answer of being like, you know what? This guy, unfortunately, isn't as serious as I want him to be. And no matter how hot and heavy it is in your imagination, he's not going to be the guy that's going to be there for you in a relationship.
But guys, let me just ask you, do any of you, just answer honestly, okay, ladies?
Yes.
Do any of you have that one guy who's just like been in your life like for the longest time? And it's like they come in, then they go, then there are like seasons where there's
Yep.
like, then there are seasons they're not there. Then you're like, okay, now I'm done with him. And then you come across the post and he's tagged. And then now you're on his page. And then do you guys have
Not
that
one
guy?
that, not one
She
that
can
my
relate.
whole husband,
She can
not
relate.
one that ever would
legitimately
defeat my
speaking my
husband.
whole life story. I have
Really?
somebody who flies in.
Of
like,
course you
know,
do.
We like,
Do
you
you?
know.
Yeah. Oh, and it's like,
hey,
yeah.
it's like amazing. Like,
But
we'll
have you
have a
ever tried to
weekend
like cut
and-
him off?
Yes, plenty
And
of
what
times.
Or make it
happens?
serious.
But I
and
feel
then
like
what
trying
happens?
is a bit shaky.
Try-
I mean,
Yeah.
Hey,
No, Nay, we know
but
how you
for
are
me,
with commitment.
You guys know I am 100% in or 100% out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, and
They
if
do
it's like a casual situation, fine. But like a man who I'm like into, I'm either with you and all you, or like I literally can't remember
You're
your name.
100%
Yeah.
casual
People like
with
you
that
don't
guy.
get caught in messy situations, which is
Yeah.
Because I'm so involved.
good. Yeah.
But so are you like, you're saying you're 100% casual, but only with that guy kind of thing? Is that what you're 100%
No, I'm
means?
saying I'm 100% in a situation with someone, or I'm out of it
Or
with
completely
them.
out.
Yeah,
Now I
exactly.
get you.
Yeah.
I was like,
But we really hope that if you are watching this, that you have gotten the answer that you
We tried.
need. I know we really tried. We've given a lot of varied opinions, but we hope that we have helped you in one way or another. Remember, if you have a question that you'd like us to tackle for Ask the Girls, you can always DM us on our Instagram page at Ebru Let's Talk _official. And if you have any comments to make about this issue we've talked about, you can SMS us on 40920 or use the hashtag Ebru Let's Talk on any of our social media pages. We are now going to go on break, but when we come back, we have the most interesting Talk That Talk for you.
Ladies, we're on top. Hey, we're on top. Ladies, we're on top. Hey, we're on top. Hey.
We hope you are enjoying our show. If you miss Hot Talk, it's okay. We are here and we're going to give you the most amazing segment right now. But what we want to make sure is that you are honestly talking to us. We want all your feedback. We want to share this amazing message. You know, this tea we're about to spill, we want to share it with you. The hashtag is Ebru Let's Talk and the SMS line is 40920. This is Let's Talk and this is our weekend starter. It's time for Talk That Talk. So today we're going to do a Talk That Talk, which is just a bit different. And it's only different because we received it from an Ask the Girls segment. And we felt like this is a topic which people honestly do go through so much and we should talk about it in one big go. So this was sent to a beautiful queen over here. Hi, Yami Mami. I recently broke up with my girl due to finding out she was cheating on me with a dude. But after months, we came back and met and we started catching up and getting to know what's going on with each other's lives. But sadly enough, the guy whom she cheated with is still in her life. And this time around, the guy is offering her a job.
Hey.
As she tells me, sorry, there's nothing apart from being business partners and all. I do love her, but I'm confused on what to do. As I told her, if we are to get back together, this guy has to go. Since it doesn't make the sense, the guy who caused us pain is still a part of us. Due to him being your boss and all. Help. Please don't post if possible. Just Right. Anyway, so
Yeah, no posting.
right, this is very clear. Somebody who you were in love with, you were together, cheated on you with someone, you guys broke up, you've had your break, you've come back and you've healed, and now you want to start your relationship afresh, but the person who was part of the infidelity is still in the picture. Boss or not, by the way, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Boss or not. What do we think, girls?
The question that you got to ask her, number one, is what's more important, me or your job kind of thing. I know it sounds like an ultimatum, but like if you're not willing to give up, like if you're sitting here, listen, it's either going to be me or him, because it sounds like for him it's an ultimatum, it's me or him. So you got to ask her, okay, so is it the job or our relationship? Like, I think that's the question we're asking.
I feel like the general like topic we are discussing here is what does it take for you to get over someone cheating on you know? And it's clearly for him, the most fundamental thing is that he feels like this person cannot continue to be part of, you know, the person's life, which, I mean, it makes sense to me.
Right?
It makes sense.
I mean, it does. But I guess for some people, it's not like necessarily the same thing, because I've seen people who continue, like, let's say the person you cheated on was your nanny, and your nanny was like, is like
still
fantastic.
working.
Yeah, I've heard stories like that. But like,
By the
if,
way.
I feel like, I
get
feel like
another
if for the
childcare
guy it's a deal breaker, then she just needs to decide. Like even the fact that she's bringing it up, like if you've just now, I cheated on you, we broke up, and then now we've going back together, and I'm still telling you about how this person is going to, and he's offering me a job.
Okay, well, I don't
Something
see it
sounds
as
off about
I
it.
don't
Yeah.
see this as coming off as he's trying to figure out how to get over her or something. Okay, I
No,
see
figure
this
out
as
how to
Get
move
over the
on
cheating.
together, get over
move
the
on.
cheating.
Oh,
yeah.
together.
Yeah, get over the
okay.
cheating.
Okay. Well, now me speaking from personal experience,
Of when you
as
cheated on a guy?
hey, yes, I did. I
Just
cheated
be
on
clear
him.
about, you know,
and
this
let's
thing.
just be clear and real with you. So me speaking from personal experience, when I did cheat the first time. Yes, he wanted to rekindle and keep that still going, and yeah, I was down for it. So my advice, and then I did it again. But that's besides the point.
With the same person?
Okay, yeah, with the same person.
So he was still in your life?
He was still in my life. Like, he stayed. Okay, but see, you know what? Me, personally, like, it was a different thing going on. It was like I was bored. I wasn't, like, in a right
weren't
place
in
to
the
be with him.
relationship.
Yeah. So, okay, my advice to him would be, if you want to be with this woman still, then yes, she does have to have an ultimatum. It's either him or this other guy, and basically
Kinda.
her job. Like, period, point blank, that's the only way it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Because the only way, like, it started to work with me and him again was when I cut all of those people off. Literally cut them off.
And
But why
here's
did
the
you
thing.
even want to do it again? You are bored.
Like, I didn't,
No, but
That's
you
a
know,
whole
yeah, this
nother
is something
talk
which
that
I heard
talk.
from,
That's not
as
this.
I've said this, I always watch Red Table Talk, and this lady came to speak about infidelity, and what she said is, majority of the reason why people cheat tends to be about who they are when they are doing that, right? So sometimes it's like, when you're home with me, I am like, you know, relaxed, you know, I feel like, you know, I have got this dad thing going on, this wife thing going on, or whatever, and you feel like the mundaneness of your life, and then when you're with this person, you feel like there's this like
exciting,
exciting thing, you know what I mean? So majority of the time it's actually not about the person. Now for me, I feel like you, considering the pain you guys both went through, and you're here trying to forgive her, I feel like it should just even be obvious that she needs to be setting her life in a different way to be able to accommodate you. Can you imagine forgiving someone who's cheated on you? Then it's you who's still telling them, do this and this and this and this to accommodate me. It's like, my love, if somebody knows this person was part of pain, I don't even know how it'd be like, oh, by the way, I'm still talking to him. I don't know how to do that, you know? I feel like you gotta do the automatum because you have to, but I feel like maybe take your time in seeing how this is gonna happen with her, because if he's still in the life, maybe it's more than that.
Yeah.
And hold on, let me add to that. And yes, if I think he needs to reevaluate, like, is this worth it?
Yeah,
At the end
time.
of the day,
He does,
because
you're right.
if she did it once, she's most likely going to do it again with the same guy. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Because it's kind of a crime of opportunity in the same. Because the thing is, I mean, you're setting yourself up for failure, girl. Like, you're gonna take a job with this guy who you've already been intimate with. Who, I mean, unless the thing is you told your man, like, listen, he was terrible and that's why I regret it. It's probably not the case. You're setting yourself up to the point where I don't think if I was this guy who is dating you, I thought you took us seriously. Because how can I take you seriously if you're going to nonchalantly take a job with him? Like, are you really hurting that much for money?
Talking about it.
Yeah.
But what I'm wondering is, for us, like here sitting on the table, what would it take for you to forgive a partner who had cheated on you?
Active
Like
work.
just list them down. No stories. Just say, what would it take? Okay, active work.
It would take active work. It would take couples counseling.
Yeah.
It would I think that's the main thing. It would take a lot of couples counseling, a lot of sort of regimented outings and things like that. You know, 'cause
This is my list. I'll show you guys my
how we
list.
gotta spend more time together.
Can you please be ready for close
Yes, okay.
I'll show you
Absolutely
guys my
nothing.
list.
Absolutely nothing.
This is
All of this?
all of this are all the things.
Lydia, that's
which I
too
am
much.
willing to
And by the
do.
way-
No, this is it. This
Lydia,
is
by the way,
assume that this is your husband.
That's the thing. That's what I was going to elaborate.
Okay,
So this
yeah.
is my empty list because I feel like, especially when I'm in a relationship, I feel like those are just no-goes. Like
Yeah,
we're trying to
absolutely.
build a life, and the beginning. This is the beginning of showing me who you are, etc., etc.
Yeah.
The mere discipline of not going ahead and betraying your word already is like a no.
Yeah.
Now, when you're in a situation where it's like you're married, you have children, etc., etc., for me, it tends to matter so much, the humiliation around the situation. For example, somebody who's going to cheat on you with a friend who literally you guys have been having dinner with in
Or your
years.
dad.
Do you understand? Or your sister or your mother or something like
Relative.
that. The level of humiliation sometimes comes from a place of, is this because like you just wanted it,
Yeah.
or is it because you think so low of me? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? A one-time thing happens over there. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But this humiliation, this like, I was out with this. Like I found out that, someone who I was with is like, he'll call me, come, there's this thing happening. Do you want to come? And if I'm not available, the next call was to another girl. And
Cancelled.
the people who
Cancelled.
were there were people who have even had dinner in his home, served dinner with.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Now we're not just talking about infidelity, we're talking about a huge character
A
flaw.
strategical
It's
thing.
You're a malicious
So what's your
person.
list then? What's your list then after the story?
For me, the only list for infidelity is if it's like a one-off, over there, nobody knows person.
Yeah.
I might be able to forgive that.
There was this
That's
movie.
Can I
Hold on.
answer?
No, go ahead.
I want to answer that too. I
Yes,
agree
girl.
with Lydia. There's honestly, there's nothing like when it comes to infidelity.
As
I
a-
don't.
What about if you do
No,
it?
okay, listen, but listen.
Let her
You
respond.
know what? Let me respond to that.
infidel.
And because everybody knows, oh my gosh, Naomi cheated. But the reason why I
cheated
did is
too.
because
Yeah.
in my previous relationship before that, I was cheated on, and I thought like in my mind I was like, yo, guys, and then I was in a long distance relationship like with this guy. That's why.
okay.
And so I was like, yo, you know what? Guys are cheaters. Period.
Hurt
in my
people
mind,
hurt
hurt
people.
people, and that's why I hurt him. And even I couldn't understand why he would still want to be with me after I did that. Like I was just baffled.
Yeah.
But
So what would it
so
take?
my
What would it
thing,
take?
what would it take? It takes nothing. Like infidelity. Period. It's this. It's nothing. And I expect
Yeah.
you to be
To
like the
be-
same
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Honestly.
For me, no, answer,
Yeah,
please.
for me, I think my list, like, and me, I'm talking about the context of marriage. In a relationship,
marriage, yeah.
I would
No.
also be like, no, like,
Yeah.
we haven't even started.
Exactly.
It's
It's
we are
too
we're
early.
the start line, guys.
Failing
no.
nursery. We said this. Failing
Failing
nursery.
nursery. No,
You can't even finger paint.
So for me, I think like in the context of marriage, it would take counseling, lots
Yeah.
of counseling. It might take some time apart, like
Yes.
because
separation.
I can't, but like and depending
To a
on
certain
how
extent.
major it is, like it might be
humiliation
exactly
level
so the
as well.
humiliation of it exactly. Like what? I go and remove all the pictures of Zach on my Instagram. I don't know. I don't know.
And also like a great deal of effort, or genuinely,
Yes.
I feel like a great deal of effort from the other person
Yes.
can heal any
Yes. See,
wound.
that's
And
what I'm
I
trying to
believe
say,
that.
yeah.
First things first is admission of guilt.
Yep.
And we are not talking about you're telling me everything that happened. Furthermore, being emotionally intelligent enough to understand why you did it. Because guess what? You didn't do it because of anything to do with me. You did it because there was something in you. Because guess what? No matter what happens, you have the leave me or cheat on me. You chose to cheat on me. So tell me why. Because I could have cheated as well. And I always say this, anything you can do and I can do as well, you can't excuse it over anything else except for you had a character flaw. Because I could have cheated on you when we were going through hard times as well, and I chose not to. Any effort you put in needs to come from a place of, I was wrong, this was categorically my fault, and this is a character flaw I have in this, and these are the steps I'm going to make it better. And your phone, like we are manding you in such a different way.
Although you find many times that when like a partner is not infidel, what is the word?
Infidel.
Unfaithful, exactly.
Unfaithful
That often,
has
you know,
an
it also
infidelity.
requires some kind of intrinsic introspection on the part of their partner. Because
Kind of does.
it can sometimes it can be like a very complicated situation. But although yes, they need to take full responsibility that I made the decision, I did something wrong. You did not make me go and sleep with
Yes,
somebody
the
else.
foundation of
Yeah.
that
would be-
relationship, I
Yeah.
can admit, is both people's
Yeah,
issue.
exactly.
Exactly.
Like there's a movie, and I think all of us will know because it's about 4 women in a city, and one of them had one of them had an
Intercourse in the
had an
city.
one of them had an infidelity where her husband stepped out, and the husband was like, we haven't been intimate in months. You're always at work. Yeah, you're always at work. We have this kid. And it was like, the thing about that is you separate the act of infidelity from the relationship. Because I will any day and time take responsibility for my actions of letting this relationship not like be on the back burner for sure. But you're right. You can't come at me like, listen, I cheated, but it's because of this. No. These two problems are separate. They're entirely individual of each other, and we're gonna handle them both. But they're individual of each other.
And I hope also from the point of the person who's asking, you also think about what were the signs I ignored. Like, you know, what was happening in the relationship at that time for like a cheating to even happen. Like, was I present? Was I this? Not to take responsibility, but to just be a better partner moving on, right?
Yes.
If you
Maybe with
decide,
somebody
if you
else, who
decide
knows?
to go back
Yeah,
to it.
if you decide, this talk of infidelity, it's draining, guys.
Going
It's
back into your past,
Gets you hot.
remembering
I'm
Naomi.
like
of the-
remembering, you know, but that was the past Naomi. Today is the
man.
new Naomi. We're a whole other woman. And it's Friday. And guess what? It's time for our favorite time, game time. So the game today is who's most likely to.
My
I think
fave.
it's one of
I
our
love
favorites.
it. I love it.
So I'll ask a question
excited to
and
be
then
with you, Joe.
we will hold up the signs on who we think is most likely to do whatever I ask.
Lay 'em out.
Okay. Who is most likely to have been a heartbreaker? Oh, man.
I feel like it's a tie between. Heartbreaker, but no,
Chill out.
Majority rules.
Who is
noise
most
goes.
likely? Yeah, noise. Who's most likely not to take a shower for a week? I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Wow. This is some racist,
but not-
BS white people.
But yeah, you take one shower a day though.
No, one shower a day. Yeah, one shower a day is a
sometimes I
normal
take
person
one,
amount.
How many showers do you take?
Sometimes I take one shower a day.
You shower twice a day.
No,
Well, like
that's much
on-
time.
That's
man.
too much.
Okay, words.
Okay.
Who is most likely to get away with murder?
Also me, baby.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
White privilege.
white privilege. Okay, who is likely to be late for her own wedding? Yes,
We're not even lying at each
Are we
other
gonna make
anymore.
it to
I'm
the
glad
wedding?
she
Can
knows.
you guys make it to the wedding?
If my husband is smart, he's gonna say the wedding is at 8.
And then
But
you'll be
really,
there at
it's at
10:30 or
then
12.
I'll get there at 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, who is most likely to get detained for harassing a policeman?
Really? I could see either one of us.
I
I also would have
I
said
do.
me.
I hate
Joanne.
Joanne. I think Joe has an attitude, but you
Yeah.
can't get away with it forever when you're not pregnant.
Yes,
True.
Joe.
You can't get away
Okay,
with it forever when
who
you're not-
is most likely to rob a bank?
Feel like
Kind of.
Wait, who's the
Yeah.
poorest?
What? Joe just
I'm
said
poor
who's the
by choice to never do anything bad.
Oh yeah, I guess it's
Dana,
Dana.
just because
It is
you have
Dana.
that, like, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
That kind of attitude.
Who
Who
is
is the law, baby? I
Yeah,
do. I enjoy
actually,
crime.
this one. Who is most likely to try a threesome?
To try or has not done.
Oh,
To try or who has not.
Actually, these ones.
the price and the gun.
High five.
High five.
We already have two people.
I
We
feel
don't
like
need
there are
one
freaks
person
at
now.
this table.
Look at Dana. Look
I
at
feel like
Dana.
there are freaks at this table.
Okay. Who is most likely to become a stripper? What? What? How?
Stand up.
Wait.
Just stand up. Let's
Look
see.
at you, girl. Look
Yeah,
at you,
you're halfway
girl.
there. I mean,
I'm halfway there. Who Who is most likely to join a gang? I feel like, yeah.
Y'all don't even
Don't
know.
be looking at
I could be in
everybody
one
else.
right
You know
now.
it's Dana. I was looking
Yeah,
for the card.
I know
be in
it's
one right
Dana.
now.
Okay,
So many of these have been you.
who
I'm a criminal.
would have most likely gone to a gay club?
Awesome.
Yeah. Come on, who, Lydia? Gone to a gay club.
I don't like.
I've been to a gay club.
Yeah.
I have
Okay,
two.
so there you have.
I have two, but who? Come
But
on,
who's
it's
most
Dana.
likely to? Yeah,
Like,
it's definitely Dana.
Dana, you know she
Freaks
loves
at
her
the table. No, I
female.
think it's freaks at the table.
Okay, and last but not least, who is most likely to be lustful? We already know.
Yeah. And still.
I mean, yeah.
We
You know
already
that little
know.
tongue.
What? Is a new 2019 word meaning
Smart and yeah,
Like,
sweet.
she be taking it.
It's a lang
She's
mouth.
gonna,
Studious,
gonna
mom.
ask for her M-Pesa
Studious.
back. You gotta be like, hey, you know that episode I sent you? Mukami.
Yeah. Do we have another one? We could do?
No, oh, let's think from the top of the head. Who is most likely to, I don't know, get in a fight for you because, you know,
You
get in a
still-
fight.
I think
Get in
because
a
you're
fight.
just
Because of
thinking
you.
of me is the
I
thing.
know.
You're just thinking of me.
Okay,
All
what
right.
about you?
Who's most likely? No, actually, no, I won't.
Nah, I know
No,
you were
say
going to
it,
say
now
something
you have
mean about
to.
me. I know you were.
Unless
I know
it's
you
just
were.
going
Who's
to
most
be you.
likely to abandon you at a club?
No, me.
Wait, I
She's
I
saying
do
that
it.
because
I
I
wouldn't
did.
even. Yeah, actually,
say
by the
Lydia.
way, Lydia's selfish.
Yeah.
Never,
Lydia, when
just
it's
called
time to go, it's not selfish.
did I ever
not
leave
selfish,
you?
not
Have I ever
selfish.
left you?
No.
We went out for her birthday, and the best
Oh
word that
my
I use
God.
for Naomi is liability.
Yeah.
Did I leave you? Did I leave
No.
you? Thank you.
We were there for
Okay.
you.
Go ahead, Dana. Go ahead. Who's most likely to?
Dang, who's most likely to talk crap about you on live TV? Ooh, no.
What?
I don't know. Okay,
most- I
who's
don't
most
know.
Why are
likely?
we not doing good ones?
Who's
know.
most
Oh, yeah.
likely to borrow your clothes without asking?
That's not boring, that's
Nobody.
stealing.
But
No, that's borrowing because you're gonna
Borrow.
borrowing your
It's,
clothes, like if it was there,
More
maybe Lydia.
intimate.
I can't see anybody doing it.
You can't
Question:
see anybody.
Okay.
Who's most likely to borrow money when you're in need?
To
borrow
like
your
lend
money.
you
Yeah,
money.
to
To
give
lend
you
you
money,
money.
to lend you
To
when you're
lend
in need.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually feel like it
Put
is
up
Joe.
Joanne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is Joe.
Why are you thinking about it?
Yeah.
I feel like
First
It's
shot.
Joe.
True.
who's most likely to spend hours in your house when you're going through something difficult?
Not me.
It's not
Lydia.
you. Oh my God, I had
That's
to go.
Lydia.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
Okay,
I feel like it's a tie between.
And she'll be giving you all the,
even
the
Dana.
Yeah, I feel
inspirational
like Lydia
quotes.
and I are the ones to do it most.
Who's most likely
I might force you out,
to ditch on plans?
Naomi.
Can I put this twice?
I don't know
Okay,
you guys
who's
well
most
enough
likely
trust that.
to? Who's
Does she
most
ditch
She's
her
a
likely?
plans?
flake. Naomi is a flake.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Who's
it's
the
true.
biggest? Who's the biggest rider? Like when you down and you call them last minute and it, like
You know
like to
it's
go
me.
out.
You know it's me.
I know I
definitely
have,
Dana.
but I feel like we'll say Dana.
It's definitely
it's me.
Dana.
When you
Yeah.
call me and you say,
Okay.
"Hey, I
Who's
need a
most
night out,"
likely to get home at midday after a club?
still me.
Dana.
Wagwan.
Oh, here's a good one. Who's most likely to become a billionaire?
All of us,
All
baby.
of
All of us,
us.
baby.
Okay, guys, let's be realistic. Let's be
All of
realistic.
us, baby. All of us.
Wait, I'm confessing my own life.
Okay,
I am,
yeah.
Since
I'm
we are
putting my
professing
energy
and
out
putting
there.
the energy
Yeah.
out there, Naomi.
Who's most likely to be a trillionaire? What's up? They don't even exist yet.
Who is most likely to work in government in Kenya?
Well, I'm not a citizen,
To
but I
work in-
wish. I
Yep,
hope so. I
Dana.
do hope so. Thank
Why,
you.
Dana?
Because
She went to
So,
protest
yeah.
about like this lady. Also, she forgot the name of the girl who she
Jackie
was going to
Maribe.
protest about. So I don't know if that was the real
No, it's
protest or
because I actually always joke about wanting to be women's rep. Who's most likely to lie to a restaurant about it being their birthday? I feel like it's
Oh, it's you?
I can see Lydia
Yeah.
doing it. I've always wanted to
Yes,
do it.
thank
Oh, we'll
you.
do it.
I feel like we're getting to know each other. I feel like we're also being catty, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
we
We hope you are participating at home as well. Were you right? Were you wrong? Make sure they stay on the hashtag Ebru Let's Talk, and the SMS line is 40920. Any last words, anyone?
we love you.
Yeah.
Fantastic weekend.
I don't. I feel like today we've tackled such heavy topics,
Yeah.
and I just want to shout out, everyone out there who sends us all these, these issues. The fact that you
Amen.
trust us to be able to respond to them, the fact that you trust us to, keep your stuff private and not like say the person who wrote it is at, you know, kind of thing, because that would be pretty. So we really just want to thank you for sending all these in, because they like kind of show us what are women out there going through, what are men out there going through.
Yeah.
So, you know, thank you. Shout out to
And
you.
also, I want to like do a little drop. Hey, we've just like started our new web series. Yay! So make sure you check it out. Our first one is posted on our YouTube
And
page.
IGTV.
And IGTV. It will be.
Yes, and as she's as Jojo said, we appreciate you so much. Trusting someone with your problem is a really big deal. So we love you so much for that. And also, if you do send in a problem, please make sure that you rewatch some of the shows on YouTube, because sometimes we get DMs like, why did you talk about my problem? And we probably did, and you might have missed. And it's okay to miss it. Just make sure you catch up on our Ebru TV channel. Thank you so much for being here, guys. We hope we've started the weekend. I know it was a bit heavy, but we hope, you know, the love started your weekend in a positive way.